Oh yes, legends, how is everybody doing? Let me know if you can hear me, if you can see me, guys. We are having a very interesting pump on Bitcoin. Now the question is, are we going to continue that pumpy action, that pumpy momentum? If you do enjoy the content, make sure to destroy the like button, guys, because we will be analyzing the technical scenarios here because, my goodness, it has been a very, very difficult day. I got to be honest. Thankfully, we got one of the coaches in the Legends community that is an absolute legend. That is 𝗕𝗏𝘆, of course. Shout out to him, because I'm going to talk about what's really happened, in today's video update. We were talking about this, kind of symmetrically triangle formation right there. We did get a breakdown with hardly any volume, guys. And yeah, basically it was a very poor breakout. We did manage to get beneath the daily. Okay, very poor breakout, no volume at all. We were starting to consolidate at the daily level. Anybody that has been paying attention here on today's video update, we were talking about a possibility of a successful breakdown from the daily with high volume, potentially to continue to the downside. However, this daily level was going to mean everything for the trading scenario, right? If we were going to continue to the downside, or was this going to be a fake out? Low volume. So the low volume, that was a good tick right there. There was no volume at all. So we got the movement down and started dancing around where the daily was. And I was going to call it a day in the Legends trading community, right? I was really not confident of the price getting into a long here or either getting into a short position. I was saying to the Legends trading community, look, I don't like this range. I do see the possibility of the price moving to lower levels. I'm just not feeling confident enough. And then we got 𝗕𝗏𝘆 coming in here saying, guys, looking for the long position here as we are getting, above the daily. We are forming bullish CVD divergence and looking for that move to the upside to current price levels above $61,000, right? And absolutely epic. This is playing out to perfection. And I did get into that trade setup just because of 𝗕𝗏𝘆, just because of the coach. Stop loss was relatively small. Say, we got a chance here. We're getting above the daily level. We are forming bullish CVD divergence. I was going to call it a day, to be honest, because it was not an easy range for me with the analysis. I really did see the possibility of the price continuing to the downside from this range, or actually breaking up. Okay, so this was for me either a fake out or a breakout. I was just saying, look, I just don't like the level. I am not going to do anything. Then we got 𝗕𝗏𝘆 in the Legends trading community. Look, we're getting above the daily. We're forming local bullish CVD divergence very, very nicely here. Some pretty aggressive lower lows on the CVD here on Bybit, as you can see, also on the rest of exchanges, and we're forming some higher lows. We did have some higher time frame bullish CVD divergence as well here, looking at yesterday's low pivots. As you can see right there, we're forming lower low. So there is retail shorting the market here, right? There's just only a few million, right, trying to push the price to lower levels and not managing to break that daily level, which that was kind of the line on the sand here. We are coming down now to the daily and back testing this zone. We're going to analyze the situation here, because is this a successful breakout? Is there a possibility of the price correcting down from here, or are we just going to shoot up? Because I actually like this level. Let me just analyze this situation. Yeah, I think it's definitely worth a long position here, in my opinion. It's definitely worth a long, just with a tight stop loss. Just with a tight stop loss, very descending wedgie. We're back testing the daily level, smaller to SFP. We need to get into the long position, guys. Need to get into the long position. Stop loss here beneath the low. Just going to keep it a tight one, without a doubt. But yeah, it looks very, very good. Very, very good, without a doubt, for the price to actually maintain this level as support. Because if we lose this level, without a doubt, we are going to come to much lower levels. Without a doubt, we're going to come down to much lower levels. Was going to talk about this scenario right away, but it's happening as we speak, right? I got so many things I want to talk about. The education of what's happened today. you know, this zone, why is it such a strong level of support? It's got the daily level, and it's also here a point of control that we do have, right? When we do take a look at the TPO chart, also the session volume profile, we got the value area range, point of control. This level needs to hold. If we start losing this level, I would be expecting the price action to continue aggressively to the downside, because there is a possibility that we could enter a pretty steep corrective move. And there's only one main reason why, is because we formed a little bit of a three-wave structure here. A little bit of a three-wave structure. We've hit the one-to-one extension, but this is why we have good risk management here, right? If we start breaking down, then it is what it is. We're back testing the daily level. It looks pretty good to get continuation to the upside. The main reason why is because this looks like there is less probability right now that we are going to break, get a successful move down, right? The bearish possibilities, this being a double 1-2 right there, there is still a chance if you do not take this high. I have to say, there is still a chance if you do not take this high, there is still a chance of this being a double 1-2, right? And we are going to form a massive third wave. I'm going to give the bulls a chance here, but overall, it's not the greatest level to FOMO into a long, right? We're not really FOMOing. We got the daily as a back test. The breakout is, I have some doubts on the breakout, without a doubt. There is some doubts on the breakout, but yeah, I wouldn't risk too much here, because this could suddenly start pulling back very aggressively. There is a scenario as well of a possible larger corrective structure. Looking at three, because when we take a look at this pivot over here, we do have a three-wave move down. Then we got this three-wave move to the upside that is hitting the one-to-one extension from yesterday's pivot low to yesterday's pivot high, to the next higher low from today, getting beneath the daily, just hitting the one-to-one extension. There is a chance that this could still be part of a corrective structure, and we're going to do something like this, right? Basically three wave in a WXY. It is without a doubt a possibility, right? We cannot only be extremely bullish, we cannot only be extremely bearish. As traders, we need to look at the levels, manage our risk very, very well, and look at the different scenarios. I'm going to be paying attention here at the CVD divergence as well, guys, because without a doubt, it's something that we want to take into consideration here locally. It's very, very late, guys. I wasn't planning to go on a live stream, but overall, here we are, right? Let's go through the comment section. I just timed him out. Right, what's going on? 𝗕𝗏𝘆𝗽, what's going on? SFF, what's going on? Time him out. What's going on? We've got some haters here in the comment section. We've got somebody bashing here. What's going on? Gold Star, how are you doing? Please don't for better entry, says Michael Kuma. Yeah, well, we're going to see. There is a chance here for this is without a doubt very disturbing. If we do not get above this pivot high, which would be that confirmation, guys. I mean, shorting right now at this zone into the pump, you just need to put a stop loss, in my opinion, if you want to take that shot for a corrective structure to come and sweep up these lows in the next coming days as a swing trade, right? As a swing trade, I'm just looking for a potential, just a nice little scalp potentially to claim those highs again and possibly even break through, right? Managing risk very, very well. Just a tight little stop loss of $100. If it does manage to break through and test the highs, well, obviously we're looking at a plus $500 setup right there. See if we can manage to push through during the next coming hours. But there is that chance, guys. There is that chance of a possible corrective structure here, which is that WXY, because we formed a three-wave move down here, right? We're also forming a three-wave move up here, which is very disturbing. We are above some pretty interesting support levels. But this without a doubt could be a scenario, right, and correcting down pretty aggressively in another 3-wave structure, whether that's in a triangle, right, or it's in a flat structure. It really, WXY can be extremely complex regarding the Y corrective structure. So, if this does hold, I'm going to give the bulls a chance. We don't really want to lose this daily level. We do not want to lose this pivot high, because that will confirm that there's extremely high probability that we are going to get another corrective move here to the downside. We do not want to lose all of this resistance that we have broken out, the daily level, basically above the point of control of this range. We are also above the time point of control, which is looking at the TPO, time price, okay, opportunity level. We can see that nice high volume node. We just kind of at that level. The main reason why also we were holding right over here where we had the daily, we got a small little wick down with low volume. We got massive volume right there from yesterday. This is another main reason why that we were actually holding pretty nicely, getting a reaction, very low volume from this breakdown above the daily, bullish CVD divergence. That is when you want to take action. That is when you want to manage risk, have a long attempt, stop loss beneath the low, absolutely rocketing here. I got to give kudos here to 𝗕𝗏𝗍𝗏 because of this trade. I did see I was really in a 50-50 scenario here when I'm looking at this trading opportunity. I was really blanked out, saying, I'm just really don't want to take the chance here, either for a short or for a long. So for me, it's no trading. And then the main reason why I got into that long setup, shout out to you, 𝗕𝗏𝗍𝗏, is because of you. I just thought, hey, one of the coaches here is pretty confident. The risk management is relatively good. We do have a possible good projection to the upside to claim all of those lower highs, and just took the shot because of 𝗕𝗏𝗍𝗏 here, bringing a little bit of more of that confidence to get into that long position. So shout out to you, 𝗕𝗏𝗍𝗏, guys. Anybody that is not following 𝗕𝗏𝗍𝗏, he's in the comment section right now as a moderator. He does provide insane technical analysis every single day. And yeah, we're basically a team. We do analysis, trading setups together in the community, and we kind of back up our analysis. And he just pulled the trigger here. That also made me pull the trigger after getting acceptance above that daily level and forming those local bullish CVD divergence today, giving the confirmation, okay, that this could actually continue to the upside, as this was absorption from larger players to push the price to higher levels. Now, of course, you might think, yes, this was all because of the news. We had some very good news. PPI coming lower than expected at 0.1%. Seems like inflation is under control as well. Possibly we're not going to get interest rate cuts. Markets are getting a massive reaction because of that. We can see the S&P 500 getting a huge, massive bounce. We're just at this local level of support on the S&P 500 that is possibly going to get some resistance. We might be dancing around here in between today and tomorrow, possibly getting that resistance and maybe getting a corrective structure. But overall, the S&P 500 getting a really nice rally to the upside in the last few hours, also because of the news coming out here. PPI coming at 0.1%, bringing that bullishness on the stock market. Let's go through the comment section. Andy keeps it simple, same as 𝗕𝗏𝗍𝗏. It was too simple today. Today was too simple. But I was really looking at both of scenarios here, right? I was looking at both of the scenarios where there could be a possibility in breaking down. I just really seen this as an ABC, possible 1-2 right there. And I was just concerned of a third wave breaking down here. However, if you are scared of the scenario, you just need to lower your risk, right? I'm saying, it doesn't really, risk peanuts, right? as traders, if you're too worried about a position or entering a position, risk a very small amount, 0.5%, 0.4% of your trading capital. And if you do have the analysis and the probabilities, then without a doubt, you can take that shot, right? You can take that shot. Just risk less than you usually risk, right? Which would be in between that 1-2% of your trading capital. And overall, that trade playing out relatively nice, just claiming all of these highs. Now, the question is, I don't like the idea that we are still forming a lower high here, right? Claiming this high would be the absolute confirmation that this high is going to be claimed. Why, you may ask? Because this will no longer be corrective. There's no WXY. You cannot get above the 0.77 Fibonacci from this pivot high to the pivot low on X, okay, inside of WXY. So you cannot really overlap. You're already above it. So that is already giving you the chances that this can follow through to the upside. So yeah, I've just noticed here that we've got above the 0.7 Fibonacci. And for a X, okay, and a WXY, you really cannot get above the 0.7 Fibonacci. But ultimate confirmation, without a doubt, would be breaking above this level. So if we were to come up in the next coming hours, if we do get that, say, swing failure pattern, this move is going to be corrective. There will be some local support or bullish CVD divergence formation that is going to bring a consolidation, absorption, small little descending wedge, possible fake out from the daily level, from this pivot low, from the point of control of this area. There's just so many things to take into consideration here, because in today's update, I was very much aware, guys, let's be honest. If we do break down here with volume, I just think that we're likely going to get that continuation to the downside. If we break down with no volume, which was the case, there was absolutely no volume, even on the lower time frames. There was empty volume here on the movement down. There's getting beneath the daily, right? There's absolutely no volume at all. So, yeah, basically what we do, once we got to back test the daily level and start trading at the daily level, this is when you need to take action. Basically, the opportunities change by the minute, right? So when we got the price action getting above the daily, not breaking down successfully, we came down, got a swing failure pattern from this low, and the main reason why we came down to this low was because of the bearish CVD divergence that we did have during the last 24 hours, right? You may ask, what bearish CVD divergence? Well, we were forming lower highs on the price action between yesterday's highs and today's lows, okay, right over here early this morning. And we were forming higher highs on the CVD, on Bybit. And the target zone is that low. So those bearish CVD divergence, bang, played out, which was actually getting beneath the daily, small little swing failure pattern. And this was the zone to analyze the situation, to look for the trade opportunity. Obviously getting above that daily level, was confirming, right? Small little confirmation that this was not a successful breakdown. So this is when you need to take action. If you start forming higher lows, and on the CVD here right now, where you're trading at the daily, and these bearish CVD divergence already played out, you claim the low, and you are forming higher time frame bullish CVD divergence, which means that you are getting retail selling the market at this range, because you are forming from yesterday's lows higher lows on the price action and lower lows on the CVD. You're getting retail selling the price here at this range, which is building a little bit of that confidence to that take that long position, as 𝗕𝗏𝘆 was mentioning in the trading community, right? So, and also locally here, if locally you're forming lower lows on the CVD, you're getting a huge amount of people on Bybit just getting into short positions right there, that are just getting absolutely liquidated with this pump. So I mean, this is the moment that you really want to take that action. And like I said, stop loss beneath the low and take the possibility based on the bullish CVD divergence. We're forming those lower lows on the CVD and also lower lows on higher time frame from yesterday's lows. So fake out confirmation in the end. Fake out confirmation, guys. It's clear, right? I wasn't too clear, to be honest. I wasn't too confident in getting into this long. The only main reason why I longed here is because of 𝗕𝗏𝘆. I'm not gonna stop saying that because it is true. I was there's no sugarcoating here in the Legends trading community, right? I was saying, look, I'm not looking, I'm just don't look. It doesn't look that great. We've got the news. I'm going to sit on my hands. And then we got the master coach here saying, you know what? Let's trigger that long because of the daily recovery and the bullish CVD divergence. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to trigger that long because, there's nothing best than having a great technical analyst as well in the team, providing, a little bit of confidence and, it looks pretty good. We're recovering from the daily. We're getting some bullish CVD divergence. It does look like a potential fake out to the downside. No volume. Getting into that long position. There we got Aiden here managing risk very, very well on some attempts. But overall, got some other people also getting into that long position that was provided, from 𝗕𝗏𝘆. Very, very good. And, I got to say, the only main reason I took that long was because of him. Shout out to you, my brother. You got to be in the comment section. Let's go right away. SFF. What's going on? What's going on? 𝗕𝗏𝘆, let me know what's going on. Let's go. Right. Let's go right away. 𝗬𝗫_60.7 and all the longs are trapped back to 59k. 𝗬𝗫_60.7. Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah. This is why we need to hold this SFF. No doubt. We need to hold this area because if we start losing, what you want to see here is follow through, right? Once we break this high from yesterday, I don't want the price coming back below because it could get a big major corrective move. I'm very much aware of that. I'm very, very much aware of that. This is why, I'm having a relatively tight stop loss, beneath the lows here, very relatively tight stop loss on this possible long. Because this ain't a zone to F around, right? As in, this is going to continue to the upside. Let's just put some limit longs here because this is going to form a higher low. Very much aware that if we do lose this pivot high, if we do lose the daily level, if we do lose the point of control of this consolidation from last weekend, it ain't going to be looking good, right? We need the price to maintain above this zone over here. Because if we lose that level, now we're in the speculation that we could be in a third wave right there, right? We could be in a possible wave 3 here if we are counting this as a wave 1, wave 2. We want to see that follow through. Come on, we want to see the push in the next coming hours if possible. And if we do get a bit of volatility here, right? We just want to see volatility. What would be nice, guys, here, if we are going to get that fake out to the downside or just stop any long positions such as myself, and you move down and you get that recovery here above again, and we are forming some very, very strong, not only local bullish CVD divergence, right? This indicator without a doubt is the one that brings you confidence for the trading setups. But if you do break down here, I want to see CVD going absolutely nuts, right? Going really, really low and continue to form lower lows as the price action forms higher lows. And if you do get that recovery back above here, what I want to see on the CVD is more bullish CVD divergence, with higher lows. As you are recovering back above this area, to give you confidence that, look, this has been, we haven't lost the level. It is holding our support. And then look for the push to the upside, and then you'll be like, okay, this is still looking pretty good to get that bullish momentum to continue, right? But yeah, the thing that I don't like about this move is the possibility of, you know, a 3-wave move here, a 3-wave move there. And, you know, something interesting about this here is that we're getting resistance at the one-to-one extension, right? We're getting resistance at the one-to-one extension, exactly. So yeah, there is that possibility. If we take this high, if we do take this high over here, I mean, that is it. For me, it's a confirmation we'll be hitting this high very, very soon. Even though you create that small little swing failure pattern, so say that you get a bit of liquidity above that pivot high, this corrective move is going to be the one that we're going to have to look very, very locally at, that descending wedge structure, the support here, the daily level, the point of control. It will be the level to get into the long position. If we do form bullish CVD divergence with that corrective move in a descending wedge structure, if possible, with a 3-wave move, yeah, without a doubt, after taking this high, this is going to be corrective with high probability. You're going to get that push to the upside because there's no corrective structure after taking that high. There is no possible massive impulsive move down after taking this high. Any move down here after taking this high is going to be corrective, and you will be expecting that push to the upside. Just in case, right? Just in case we do take that high. I mean, the possibility of taking this high is follow through and just hitting the high. But if we take that high and we correct, it's going to be a moment to look for long opportunities. And preferably you would not want to see the corrective move come all the way down to this pivot low. Preferably you don't want to get down to this pivot low because you would want to speculate on a possibility of, you know, 5 waves to the upside, right? Inside of that 3rd wave. You do not really want to overlap this level, because then if not, you're going to have to start thinking on, you know, a contracting diagonal. And, you know, overall, those are possibilities that just decrease once you take that low. So, yeah, what else can we talk about here? Really concerned because the real confirmation of taking out this pivot high is this pivot. That is the confirmation, because if not, we can continue dancing around here in this range for the next coming days, right? Because you got that, bloody hell here, what am I doing? You got that WXY possibility. You have that WXY possibility here, as you have 3 waves hitting the 1.1 extension. There is that chance without a doubt. 1-to-1 right there, to perfection right there. So yeah, we could be forming a little bit of a triangle here in a Y. We're just gonna have to see the development of the price action in the next coming hours. But yeah, without a doubt, taking that high, you know, what I would be looking at for the next scenario is, if we do take this high, I would be very much looking for a long position on the corrective move, because there is no impulsive move to the downside possible after taking that high. So any move here to the downside is likely going to form a higher low, and preferably you would want to see it. You would want to see it above this pivot, because then if not, you're going to have to start counting the possibility of a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, right? I wouldn't be too scared if we do lose the point of control here. If we do take that high, I would still look at the higher low possibility. Only if we do take that high. If we do take this high, I'm going to be very, very confident that we are going to form a higher low at some stage in this level. in this area, because this is no longer will be impulsive to the downside. So, I mean, that would be the next scenario that I would be looking at on Bitcoin if that high is taken overnight, right? Just say that we do get a bounce from this level and the price hits and we do get the rejection. But if it does, if we do maintain above this high, then, you know, hey, it's not too complicated. We're just going to hit this high with extreme high probability if we do not get that failed auction. But the ideal long would be failed auction from this high, swing failure pattern, and look for the long setups here. Looking at bullish CVD divergence, looking at proof of support. Proof of support means that you get a movement down and you start consolidating at this range. Just like we did see proof of support with this daily level, right? This was not a successful breakout. Proof of support, bullish CVD divergence. Hey, there's no power. There's no power. We need to break this daily if we want to think that we are going to move down to the lows. We're not breaking it. We're maintaining above it. Bullish CVD divergence locally and on higher time frame. Trigger long position to take out the lower highs, right, from the last 24 hours. So yeah, like I said, if we were to get that movement up here, bang, you get that fake out kind of scenario. Proof of support right there, same scenario. If we do get that point of control from this range of the weekend, this high over here, the daily level, we just start consolidating and we form bullish CVD divergence locally, looking at something similar to this, looking for that next push to the upside. If we were to break down from this level, where do we have VWAP? If we were to break down from this level, looking at the session volume profile, but yeah, I mean, we do have the previous day value area high, which is sitting all the way down here. We got a massive breakout today. It was absolutely insane with the news. Previous day value area high is sitting at $59,600. So just with this move to the upside, it is extremely bullish. We just come all the way up to the 0.88 Fibonacci as well, giving high probability that, you know, all of this is corrective. This does not look impulsive when you retrace too far, right, so far to the 0.88. So we'll be very much interested in long positions, even though if we do correct down from this zone. Level of support, just say that we do get a breakdown right now very aggressively in the next coming hours. The levels that we need to dance around is that previous day value area high, daily open, because I would be speculating on the possibility of a 1-2, 1-2 right there, and you're just going to form a continuation higher low. And then obviously, you know, in the next coming days, we would be looking at $63,000. So yeah, just this is kind of the best zone. If we start breaking down right now, without a doubt, I do see $59,000 range coming down. We're losing the levels at the moment, not looking too great. Let's take a look at the bullish divergence here, the CVD. Let's take a look at CVD if we are forming any bullish CVD divergence locally. There is no bullish CVD divergence locally, so that's not helping very, very much for this zone to hold. Yeah, if we were to get a nice push down, yeah, CVD is very, very far away here from forming lower lows, to be honest. So we ain't going to see bullish CVD divergence here anytime soon, unfortunately, which would be nice. Of course, we did see a lot of longs entering the market very, very late. I like the kind of descending wedge structure that we're forming, but yeah, very much aware of that 3 waves to the upside and just getting a corrective structure in between today and tomorrow. Very, 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 very 3-wavy, three wavy, we could enter more corrective structure here in a possible triangle in a WXY. Going to be very, very complex. Going to be very, very complex if we start getting inside of this zone. For the moment, it's still looking good. It's still looking good, to be honest. Liquidity grab before the dump, says 𝗕𝗶𝘆𝗽. Liquidity grab before the dump. Hola Andy Guapo, ¿qué me dices de 𝗬cie? 𝗬cie has been doing extremely well during the last few days. Epic recovery, over 100%. What can we say about 𝗬cie? Just got a major big bounce. What I do like about 𝗬cie is that we have broken out from the descending structure that we've had since March. We have had the market moving down here with very aggressive lower highs and lower lows, and 𝗬cie has actually confirmed a breakout the last few days with a higher high. So we have broken some bearish structure of the last 3-4 months, right? Since March, we've been in a very aggressive downtrend structure, and 𝗬cie has got a beautiful failed auction from the lows here, and it looks pretty good. I would definitely speculate that we are going to form a higher low on 𝗬cie here if we do start correcting down, just because of the structure. So I would be definitely eyeing the 50% to the 7/8 Fibonacci to look for proof of support at that zone to look for a possible bounce. This would be kind of the area, because you would be speculating on a possible first wave 1, and this is a wave 2 formation. As soon as we get down to the 50% 618 here on 𝗬cie, there is high probability that you're going to form a higher low in this box, in between 60 cents and 80 cents basically, if we do start correcting down, just because we've broken out the bearish structure, guys. Keeping it simple here. No fancy indicators just yet. I don't usually, get fancy indicators on altcoins, because if not, we can be a long time, okay? But just looking at the basics, market structure, we have created officially a higher high from the bearish momentum of the last few months. This is a confirmation higher high. So without a doubt, you need to start thinking on a possible trend reversal here for the next coming weeks. What you would want to see here, if you're speculating on a possible wave 2, is the price action correcting down to the 50% to the 7/8 Fibonacci, which we would have to take a look at very carefully on lower time frames for a 3 wavy corrective move, right, in an ABC structure. That would be the ideal, coming down to the 618, maybe 7/8, looking at the extension, right? It's just too soon, right? This could definitely continue pumping to the upside. I would be much interested, obviously, in looking for the corrective move on 𝗬cie, because it's just being impatient, guys. I would set some alerts here in between the 382 and the 618 Fibonacci. The main reason why at the 382, because you want to start getting those alerts already, knowing that you are correcting down here on 𝗬cie, and set those alerts here, and just look at the corrective structure. Are we forming a nice 3 wavy move? We're coming down to the 618. Is it hitting the 1-to-1 extension here on this 3 wave move? Looking at the possibilities of volume right there from this range. Let's take a look at the volume profile here from this range. Sure, I mean, we do have the point of control of this area of the last couple of months, all the way up here. Yeah, I would still think that, the value area low of this entire range between June, July, and August, the value area low could be without a doubt a zone of interest, right? Kind of that scary corrective move, and looking for that higher low formation, kind of a back test from this low, right? You got this low over here on 𝗬cie from July at the 60 cent level. I mean, that would be a devastating correction, right? You'll be like, oh my goodness, this is the end. But overall, you've already flipped bearish market structure. So you would be speculating on that higher low. Interesting zone. You know, this is going to be the decisive moment if you start consolidating in a bit of a three-wavy structure here on 𝗬𝗿. Without a doubt, that would be the level for the reversal. So yeah, that's what I do see here on 𝗬𝗿. Keeping it simple. I'm not going to get any daily levels, naked point of controls, because it's just going to take a long time, guys, and it's just we're not here to take a look at all of the altcoins. Best non-financial advice that I've seen here on YouTube. Look, I've been here since 2018. My crypto bags, a lot of them are in the negative. Okay, it is what it is, guys. You know, we are still in a very deep corrective move. Imagine people that have been buying 𝗬𝗿 during the last few months, right? Be that April, June, right? They're down big time. I've been dollar cost averaging into some altcoins. Some of them are in the red. But this is what you get in crypto. This is how you play the game. You basically buy as the price is going down. You know, I remember back in 2019, 2020 when I was DCAing and I was buying the dip and the price just kept dipping, right? It's part of the game, guys. At some point in the next coming months, give or take 6, 12, 18, it doesn't really matter. The price of a lot of these altcoins are going to reverse big time, and there will be making huge amount of gains. This is the clearest chart. My goodness. I mean, Chainlink, there is a bearish case scenario. I cannot deny that. Okay, getting into a much larger, corrective structure. That is, if we start seeing a massive recession/depression, right, and all of that, which could be around the corner, guys. We all know that it could be around the corner, but we are not here to speculate on that. If we move down, we're going to ride the portfolio to the downside till it recovers, right? You just ride it down till it recovers. The most devastating collapse that I experienced was in crypto, obviously, as I got in 2019, was the C19 crash. The C19 crash was the most devastating collapse. Imagine buying crypto for over 2 years, right? And then you get this bad boy right there, the C19 crash. Everything's in the red. Everything that you've been buying for 2 years is down 70%. And you've been 2 years accumulating. It's like, hey, that's it. Well, this was the best buying opportunity. So if we do get that recession/depression, and it does take a bit of time, right? It does take several months to recover, and you are in a downtrend. You're just going to have to hold on tight to your bags. You don't want to sell at a loss, right? So yeah, smash up the like button, guys, if you do enjoy the content. Let's take a look at some news right away. Why not take a look at some very interesting news? I need to give a shout out again to 𝗕𝗏𝗍 for this epic trade today. I was really not feeling it, and just triggered that long position because of 𝗕𝗏𝗍. However, we've been having a pretty good last few days, looking for a long position here. That was on a live stream also on Friday, looking for that, long trigger at this level. Also in the community, we're looking at a short right there. This was a very, very clear short position to manage risk, sweeping up the highs. So beautiful short position. Also a long position here from this range after getting this wick. Really nice bounce of $1,500. And today for me I wasn't feeling confident on this trading setup, but overall took it. Bringing a really nice move to the upside. So overall, not too bad during the last few days. Right now, if we were to take this high, as we mentioned, it's going to be looking very, very good. We're likely going to take that high. It's just extremely highly probable that if this high is taken, I would not be scared of a corrective move down. This will be an epic long opportunity area. We're going to have to be watching very carefully with data, with the price action, because obviously I'm not going to catch a falling knife. What if the price does this, right? Which we never know if it could happen or not. So we're just going to have to analyzing very, very carefully. If we do hit that high and we do start correcting very aggressively, we're going to have to analyze very, very carefully what is going on here. What levels are we hitting to then speculate on that possible long position with a good risk management. Make a CVD tutorial video for us, says 𝗬𝗏𝘆𝗽 Blockchain. Absolutely, why not? CVD, very, very simple to understand. It is basically cumulative volume delta. What it means is that if you do see the CVD on the lower time frames, preferably, this is more for scalping and day trading, right? It's not much of a swing trading indicator. If you do see the CVD divergence forming lower lows as the price action is forming higher lows, then that means that there is retail selling here at this range, expecting the lows to be claimed, right? They're looking at this as a rollover to the downside. And as you're forming higher lows and you're hitting some high confluence levels of support, for example, in this case, the fake out from that daily level, you do have a high chance that the price is just going to squeeze out all of those short positions that are entering the market right over here. That's when you get the lower lows on the CVD, right? You can see those lower lows building here. There's a lot of people shorting, right? A lot of people shorting the market. And yeah, basically, if you do get that indicator, this means that the local highs, in this case, it was these ones right over here, are likely going to be taken, right? Since the creation of the bullish CVD divergence, right? Since the creation of the bullish CVD divergence, sorry, you're looking at this pivot high, right? Since the creation, which is this pivot low, you've got this high right there. That is your target zone if you are forming higher highs, higher lows on the price action and lower lows on the CVD. You can not only use CVD on its own, I got to be honest here, if you have a high confluence level here, in this case for us in the community was that daily level, it was that daily level, which was also the previous day point of control. It was also the previous day point of control. When we take a look at the session volume profile, that previous day point of control was sitting around about the daily level. So we did have a lot of support based on the high volume node here. So you got the daily level, the previous day point of control, you got bullish CVD divergence, you got a kind of confirmation fake out. I was still a little bit in doubt here. That is when you need to take the opportunity, right? Long setup, as you're recovering, stop loss beneath the low, and just look for the high possibility of start sweeping up the lower highs of the last few days. So you need a lot of data, obviously. You need a lot of data. You need to see the price action, how it's reacting at those levels. But this was a short trade. This was a long trade that was provided with confidence by the absolute legend coach here, 𝗬𝗏𝘆𝗽. Looking for that. Hey, I'm happy here with that movement on Bitcoin, basically faking out right there. Absolutely gorgeous. As we were just, we need the data. Shout out to you, 𝗬𝗏𝘆𝗽, again, my man. Very, very good. I wasn't feeling it today, so thanks to you. Got into stop loss trigger on the long. Yes, sir. Got stopped out. Yes, sir. This is why I want to manage risk. Not too confidence right now as we just at this high. Very much of the, if we do lose this point of control of this range, this is not a zone. This is not a zone that I would want to jump into a long position right now as we're losing this level. This is why we manage risk. Just imagine having a long position here. If anything, not even the shorts right now. I think it's a bit too low to get into a short position. Very much aware of a fake out. Yeah, this was a very aggressive short. This is not a zone that I would personally take a short position. Very, very aggressive move up. You got this pivot high very, very close. You're breaking through the value area high. This is not a zone to start effing around, to be honest. For a short position, the price action was just too powerful, and there's no major reaction, as in consolidation, right, to give you that possibility of a double top locally, right? a little bit of more, a little bit more relaxed price action. This was just too fast. Boop, 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 boop. Start moving down very aggressively. Very aggressive short. I mean, your ultimate invalidation level, if you wanted to get into a short position here, which I think, it is an aggressive short, but sometimes the market is like, hey, are you going to get in or not? Because if not, I'm going to leave without you. Your ultimate invalidation level, if you would have taken a short position at this level, your invalidation, it was this high, right? You cannot fight the trend. If you were to take a short position here, as you're pumping into this zone and you're breaking levels of resistance, your invalidation is this one, right? If you want to manage risk, this is where you should put your stop loss, because if the price hits this high, it would be extremely likely to either follow through and hit the highs here from Friday, or correct down and then get the move up. So yeah, without a doubt, this would have to be your invalidation zone if you would have got into a very aggressive short position. Obviously, getting into a short right now, for me, is really not an option based on stop loss. I wouldn't feel confident here to get in, to put a stop loss here. I don't have any clear targets. This is still very much bullish. Because this retracement all the way up here, this no longer looks impulsive. I mean, there is the chance, I gotta say, there is the chance, but I think it's very highly unlikely, just because of this massive corrective move to the 0.88, above the 0.88 Fibonacci. So if we are speculating that this is an ABC right there, if we're speculating that this is an ABC and this is a 1-2 right there, and we are forming another 1-2 here inside of the third wave, to be honest, we've retraced too much here. Getting above the 0.88 Fibonacci, for this to be a double 1-2, is very highly unlikely. Any move down still here from this range, I do see it that it's going to be ranging or in a triangle, or it's just going to be corrective. And it's just very likely that we are going to punch out here to hit 62,800 in the next coming days. And this could be ranging for the next few days. We could get back inside this level. There is we would not want to hit this low, to be honest. I think the low here would be in, just because if you do hit that low, then without a doubt you would have to start considering that this is no longer corrective. You could be pushing to much lower levels. I don't want to see this low being hit, and I think there's low probability just because of the extension that we've had with this move. It's too extensive to believe that this is going to push down. Expanding diagonal is the only scenario here. An expanding diagonal right there, which is extremely highly unlikely in my opinion for an impulsive move. If we were to lose that low, then we'll have to start thinking of the possibility that this is an expanding diagonal, and then price could continue to the downside. But yeah, that's a massive speculation obviously right now. We'll analyze the situation once we hit those lows. Let's go through some news, because there is tomorrow's CPI. We do have inflation rate. There is a sign based on today's news, PPI being at 0.1%, that inflation could be lower than expected. I mean, inflation already came out last month at 3.3%. If this comes down to 3.2, 3.1%, 3.3% would be absolutely insane. I think the markets are going to get a massive pump if inflation comes much lower than expected, right? Or even lower than expected. If it is lower than expected, I would expect the S&P 500 to just absolutely continue the bull market, right, that we are in. So it's going to be interesting. Tomorrow's an interesting data that we're going to have. Probably going to do a live stream just to watch the price action, enjoy the price action. Obviously, with the Legends community, we'll be looking at some local levels and local scenarios. like we do every single day. If you want to join the Legends, guys, you got the link in the top, okay? Description. It's in the Discord. We provide analysis, setups. Great. We got also a researcher that is providing great research on crypto projects, fundamentals, and, you know, no financial advisor, obviously, but there is some good projects that have already done pretty good from our researcher. Let's go through some news that I wanted to talk about. This is insane. This is there's nothing to do about this. This Bitcoin supply reserve on exchanges continues to decline and is now at its lowest level since 2018. Legends. The supply of Bitcoin on exchanges, this is spot, obviously. There's no amount of leverage that could push the price down if the exchanges are running out of Bitcoin. All of those short positions that are getting with the high leverage, we do know that there is billions of dollars already of short liquidations above $72,000. There's over $15 billion of short liquidations. There could be a moment that there's going to be a transition where the supply shock is just going to pump the price and hit all-time highs, right? And break all-time highs. It's something that's a matter of time that it's going to happen in the next coming weeks, right? Give or take maybe a few months, because the supply of Bitcoin on exchanges is decreasing since 2020, right? Since the C19 crash, that was the actual top on Bitcoin on exchanges, and we are at the lowest levels now since 2018, guys. I'm not sure if you can see this, but overall, yeah, you can see that arrow here to the downside, and the supply just decreasing massively, which is eventually bullish for the mid-long term. We have Metaplanet, Japanese company, buys another 500 million yen worth of Bitcoin. They are buying the dip. We have Bitcoin is now the 6th top monetary asset in the world. This is actually pretty interesting to see. We got gold after the United States dollar, Eurozone, China, Japan, and Bitcoin coming at the 6th place. Above United Kingdom, above silver. This is really, really interesting to see, without a doubt. You know, there's with this is Bitcoin's going to start moving up rankings in the next coming years if inflation does continue for the countries. Now, there's the bit of that bearish FUD news where we do have some of the largest Bitcoin whales have offloaded over 10,000 Bitcoin in the past week, valued approximately 600 million. So there's been a little bit of some whales selling, which is like, you know, it gives a little bit of doubt right there. Why has there been some massive selling pressure? Do they know something that we don't? Overall, there's more accumulation happening in the background, guys, than the selling pressure. We got the death cross. I know got some people in the comment section talking about the death cross. Last time we did see that death cross, we got a huge, massive pump. That was back in June of 2021. The death cross happened, okay? We did get that death cross. We did get a little bit more of downside, right? Gotta say, we did get a little bit of downside for a few more weeks. But overall, it's a very lagging indicator, guys. We need to remember this. We got the price action absolutely exploding, right, when we saw that death cross. So maybe a little bit of downside, a little bit of more fear before we're getting that massive rally to hit all-time high, in my personal opinion. Let's go continue. Let's continue right over here with the comment section. No man, supply is top and demand is low. Supply is, look. Supply is not this, right? This is the supply. This is the supply. This purple line on the chart is the supply of Bitcoin on all of the exchanges. Bitcoin exchange reserve, the purple bluey, right, line, as you can see here, is decreasing massively, And the price action, right? The price of Bitcoin is in the black. So yeah. Oh, I asked what it means. Yeah. Yeah, this right over here, what it means? Oh, random guy asked. Okay. All right. Yeah, if it was regarding that chart right over here, well, basically it is the Bitcoin on exchanges is decreasing massively. There's less Bitcoin every year on the exchanges, right? It's getting dried up slowly, but it is getting dried up, you know, by the year since 2020. So it's been over 4 years of a decreasing, you know, Bitcoin on exchanges, which is very, very bullish without a doubt for the mid-long term. Thanks for the awesome education, Andy. �criticSniper, smash up the like, legends. �criticSniper, thank you very much for joining, my brother. Smash up the like button, guys, if you do enjoy the content. If you don't, well, I'm sorry. I do try my best. I do try my best, legends. Andy, I like the style. Yeah, these glasses, I'm fine, but it's too much screen. I've been having some irritation on my eyes. And I did buy this quite a long time ago. These glasses, it's just basically for the screens. So yeah, I had to use them. We got lots of gifts here from Pratesh. Thank you very much, my brother Pratesh here, giving some memberships. Absolute legend. Discord link is the first link down below in the description. You got the free Discord as well. Great information as well every single day. And you got the private community where me and 𝗕𝗏𝗏 provide the scenarios we're looking at daily, opportunities. Very hard for us. We need to be consistent. We stuck to the screens. I am not over there here bragging about my Rolex and going on yachts. We're doing the work, and you know, we obviously look very, very carefully for the scenarios and the analysis here in the Discord, in the Legends Trading community, guys. So you know, we do put the hours behind it. You know, so without a doubt, Andy, no longs from here. Yeah, no, we're breaking down. Like I said, you know, not happy to get into a long position right now. We are losing the point of control from this range. I was kind of hoping that we could get follow through here. We could get that follow through, but however, the support is not holding. So we could be ranging here in the next coming days on Bitcoin. We could be ranging till we get the CPI news. Okay, so we've lost the level here, so this could be getting a little bit rangy. I wouldn't expect a huge massive collapse to come all the way down to the lows here. Would not expect that. However, this for me is a no trade zone at the moment till we develop a little bit of price action, get some levels and look for some trading opportunities, form some bullish CVD divergence, then analyzing the situation. You know, very much aware of losing this support level, that we could get a pretty deep corrective move. So really not interested in any long positions and no shorts right now, to be honest. Even though the price could move down, we could be ranging. We need a new fresh range. This has been too fresh. We broke out here the point of control, looking at the TPO. We've been breaking out here the point of control. We got back below it. So this zone over here did not manage to hold our support. So yeah, you just basically, yeah, if we do not manage to hold our support, all of this high volume range, not interested in longs at the moment, obviously. You know, long trade was this one right over here. And for a short trade, it's all about stop loss. It's all about where am I going to put my stop loss. So I don't see a clear zone for a stop loss here right now after creating this high, right? You could get a nice big bounce at some point. So no shorts, no longs where we're currently at as we're losing this level. Shorts, no, because we've already dropped significantly. Would really, you know, I don't have a clear zone to put a stop loss. There could be a possibility, right? If we do get that bounce, take a look at CVD divergence and we start back testing that pivot high and the point of control, which would still be a relatively shallow pullback, we're getting into this zone where we do have the daily level, we do have the point of control, we form very aggressive bearish CVD divergence, which you are getting people long in the dip, right? If you do get those There's CVDs, which is very, very far away. I don't think this is going to happen. So it's a very, very neutral zone where we are currently. But if you do get suddenly massive longs entering here and you're forming lower lows on the price action as you're hitting that daily level, you suddenly get some of the exchanges going absolutely crazy here, longing like crazy, and you're forming higher highs and you're forming lower highs right there. Then I would possibly speculate that you're going to form a lower high at this point and come back down again. Yeah, but you would have to see the price action develop, right? It's very, very complex. Very, very complex. You would have to see the price action develop into that level, form the bearish CVD divergence, seeing that proof of resistance also from that point of control, looking at the TPO as well, the STPO, session time price opportunity right there. You know, if you do come up here to that level, to the daily, this is a big high volume node that we did have from Sunday. Yeah, if we do come up there, forming a lower high, we could hit the 618, hit the daily, form bearish CVD divergence. Then, yeah, I would say, yeah, we could possibly form a lower high and continue a little bit more to the downside and ranging during the next, 24 hours till we get that CPI data tomorrow. Stock market still doing very well. S&P 500 coming into this resistance. Let's see what happens. We're probably going to range here a little bit. If we do range tomorrow at this basic support resistance, then it's possibly going to get a pullback tomorrow morning. Very, very, very much possible. I think we're probably going to be ranging till we get the CPI data. And if CPI data is lower than expected, if we do get that inflation rate lower than expected, I would be expecting a massive pump. If inflation is lower than expected, things are going well, then we would expect, I would expect the markets to get a significant pump. So yeah, 200 likes, absolutely massive. Pressure cooker. Just wait for the CPI. Yeah, very true, very true. Wait for the CPI data, because CPI is, I think we're going to be a bit rangy tomorrow. As soon as CPI data comes out, we'll have a little bit of a clear view. As soon as we got today's news out, we did get a really, really good follow through. So it was lower than expected, the PPI. So it was very, very good for the price to actually continue to the upside. And if inflation is lower than expected, we're going to get an initial pump that could get follow through without a doubt. However, if inflation is higher than expected, then yeah, we could be getting a big corrective move. Okay, so it's going to be very, very interesting tomorrow with the CPI. So yeah, appreciate you, Andy. MK1 Alexander, thank you very much. Can't do TA on this chop. Yeah, very, very difficult. The last few days has been very, very good. I'm in a confusion zone here. Since we were forming this range, it was very volatile and very choppy. But thanks to 𝗬𝗍𝘆's confidence here, reclaiming the daily, forming bullish CVD divergence, we had the target zones of hitting the highs. That was a beautiful trade that played out very well. But overall, the last few days on YouTube and on basically on live streams, we're talking about a long position here to come and claim these highs right there above 61,500. That happened on Sunday. Very much looking for a rejection right there because of a three-wave structure, right? This was very two-wavy. These are much easier to detect, right? When you get one big massive pump and you're getting supported from massive levels, right? Good speculation. We were forming bullish CVD divergence right there. And guys, we're going to take these highs. We've got a high probability. If you want to take that shot, we got it. So we got that movement to the upside. We rejected from this lower high. And yeah, it was a good short, good long opportunity right there as well. This was provided in the Legends trading community. We got a nice little fake out right there. We got a back test of this level with bullish CVD divergence, and very much looking at that speculation of a rally all the way up to the lows here, which played out very, very nicely. And the latest one was this long opportunity, which for me was very, very confusing. Yeah, I mean, we're getting a little bit of a bounce right now. we're getting a bit of a bounce. This is why for me, yeah, there's no shorts, no longs. We're getting a big major bounce now. Suddenly it did look like that we were losing the levels, but for me this is a no trade zone. We're probably just squeezing out those over leveraged long positions, FOMOing in. Yeah, this is really not an interesting zone. A little bit too volatile for me to get into any trade, to be honest. You know, I love the ranges. I love the consolidations. I love, you know, faking out from some levels, just chilled price action. Then a much better, unless it's a clear swing failure pattern. But yeah, right now here, very choppy at this area. You know, it's not, for me, it's a no trading zone, to be honest. Guys, remember, if you are interested in trading, Bluffing is a great trading platform. You do have a great bonus down below with the first link, guys. Bluffing is a no KYC platform. So just with an email and a password, no identification, you can start trading in minutes. It is one of the most trusted platforms out there because they do have proof of reserves. They do not play around with the client's funds, guys, just like other exchanges such as FTX. So Bluffing is a very legit platform, guys. I would not be talking about any weird platforms out there. And if you cannot trade on Bybit, obviously for me is number one. You got Bluffing, no KYC, no VPN, and you got the biggest bonus available to claim, okay? It's that link down below. Trade on Bluffing, and you'll be getting that insane bonus. The more you deposit, the more you trade, you get, you know, a lot of bonus on your funds. So yeah, I'm going to call it a day here. Got stopped out at a small little loss here, expecting the daily to get some support just for a scalp. But overall, beautiful long trade here provided from 𝗬𝗍𝘆 in the community. Really nice. Holding that daily, forming bullish CVD divergence and sweeping up all of those lower highs from the last 24 hours, claiming that previous day high very nicely as the ultimate take profit zone from that day trade. Legends, thank you very much. I'll be back with more tomorrow. See you in the next one.